All right, popular kitchen colors. Good evening, everyone, or good morning, or good after morning, whatever time of day it is that you're catching this if you're watching the replay. But if you're watching live, hello. It is Wednesday, and we are going to chat about popular kitchen colors tonight. What do I know about kitchen colors anyway? I'm not an interior designer. I'm a kitchen designer, and there is a difference. And, green is green to me. So I got some notes. Can you see that? I got some notes. We're going to get through this together. Say hi in the chat. Help me out as we go through this. We're going to talk about popular kitchen colors. What colors should you be painting your cabinets, maybe your walls? How to go about choosing them? What are the popular ones that are out there? Lots of fun. Let's dive in. First, I want to say hi in the chat. So if you're watching live, please jump in the chat, say hi, ask a question, interact. You know how this goes. We'll have a little bit of fun just going back and forth. And I see already some people in there. So hi, and thanks so much for joining in. And so as we go, I'll look through some of these chats and hopefully get through as many as possible. And just to say hi right off the bat, I see it, Rebecca. Matthew, you're on. Hey, good evening. Aaron, thanks for joining me. You made it. You made a live stream. Cool. Roll Warrior FG. Hi. Roll Warrior FG. Well, I like that username. Lori Taylor, thanks for being on. And Darlene, you're getting in early, Darlene. And they got the thumbs up happening. Hit the like button. Thank you, Darlene. Yeah, cancel the cry face. Hopefully this won't be a cry face of a live stream. Let's jump over. Oh, wait, no. And Eva Janers. Hi, Eva. You're very special. Just want to say that right off the bat. Popular kitchen colors, that's what we're talking about tonight. What are the popular kitchen colors? I did a little Google search, and when you Google search popular kitchen colors, now, although they're talking about probably the walls as well as the cabinets or maybe other areas in the kitchen, you get this, populated list of, different normally articles, blog posts that have to do with kitchen colors. And it kind of made me chuckle. There's a few of them. And if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking down at my notes here. And I actually have notes tonight. Look at me. How impressive. I just looked at the first page of Google, and of course, I got a whole big list of different articles. So here's what some of the standouts to me. 25 best kitchen colors, 12 kitchen colors, 10 most popular kitchen colors, 15 most popular kitchen colors, 19 most popular kitchen colors, 20 most popular kitchen colors. And the one that I really enjoyed looking at was 43 popular kitchen colors. 43. That's a lot to choose from. And I realized that if you're going to pick a color and for someone to tell you what color to pick, it's forget it. You might as well throw a dart at a dartboard, and wherever it lands, that's what I'm going to pick. There are so many hues of color. There's so many shades of color. And what I wanted to do is get a general idea of what are some of the popular colors. And I put out a community post earlier in the week just asking you to pick some colors if you had a choice between 4, and I'll go through that list in a minute. And which one would you go with? Now, of course, knowing that there's so many different shades of color and different hues of color, it's difficult to actually pick one, and I understand that. So over 400 people voted, and so thank you if you were one of those. And just to get an idea of where people are and what they're looking for. If you didn't see that post on my community tab, I was basically asking about 4 different colors. So I didn't put white on the list because white's kind of a no-brainer, and a lot of people would pick white if they had the choice. So I wanted to keep white out of the mix, and I went with 4 colors. They were black, beige, green, and blue. So if you had the choice between those 4 colors, which one would you paint your cabinets? And the results were interesting. And so let's just have a quick look and tell you a little story, and then we'll go from there. And how do you pick the color for your cabinets? What are you going to go with? Let me know in the comments too, if you're watching the replay or in the chat, what color are your cabinets, or what color do you think you'd like them to be if you're going to get new ones? And let's see what happens. So of all of these, this was the 4 choices. Black came in at 25%. Beige came in at 23%, and I put a little sorry there because I got a little bit of flack over the fact that I called it beige, because beige, one person said it sounds like an old computer monitor, and someone just said I should have said sand like sand color or maybe almond or something like that. But beige is actually coming back around, a very popular color. In fact, I was in Home Depot today looking at paint colors for a new studio that I'm trying to build in my basement, and I'm trying to find colors for the wall. And there's a whole section, quite a big section of colors that are beige. And I was quite surprised. So beige is definitely coming back as a popular color, and whether or not we like it or not. But 23% said beige. Okay, so you can see how this poll is going so far. Blue came in at 33%, which was the biggest of all those. Most people were saying, yeah, they'd like to go with blue. And green came in at 19%. Now, this is over 412 people who voted. And it was interesting that there was no standout. I mean, maybe blue would be just by margin a little bit more popular. And maybe if you let the poll run for a little while longer, you might see those numbers fluctuate slightly. But overall, all of these colors are generally accepted by 25% of the population. And so that tells me something, and we're going to talk about that. What did I leave out? What, of course, I left out the most popular color, which I mentioned, because I didn't want to skew the results. I left out white. In most polls that are done, white comes out far, far ahead of any other color as far as what you're going to paint your cabinets or what color cabinets you're going to get. By far the most popular color right now in kitchen cabinetry. You can go into any home improvement center, and if they have a stock cabinet, likely they're going to have the option of white and then something else. For as long as I was in the business, in the actual brick and mortar store, we had a white stock line of cabinets. There was never a time in 20 years of me selling kitchens where we didn't have an off-the-shelf white cabinet that we could sell to a consumer coming in off the street to look at buying a kitchen. So white has always been popular. It's basically always going to be a very popular kitchen cabinet color choice. And some people don't like it, and that's fine. But I want to keep that off the list for that reason, because it would definitely skew the results. And I left out natural wood. Not because I meant to. I just never thought of it, to be honest with you. I was trying to think of paint colors. So my next poll that I'm going to put out next week is going to be whether or not you'd pick natural wood over, or even a stained wood over paint color of any paint color, whether it's blue, black, green, white, purple, doesn't matter. And just to see where people are leaning towards, because natural woods or woods in general are definitely coming back into more to be more trendy. And then years ago, it was quite popular to have, full oak kitchens or natural maple kitchens. So quite a lot of those, or different stained woods. And then as time progressed, those particular colors and natural wood tones kind of went away. But wood is always going to be, trendy in some degree. And in the kitchen now, it's definitely coming back around. We're seeing much more wood, and I'm seeing more and more clients from my online design service asking to have a mixture of painted and wood in their kitchens. So be on the lookout for that. And I got in a little bit of trouble because I didn't add in gray to the list. And again, I didn't think of it. I didn't want to have too many choices. So I just left 4. And I kind of want beige to be one of them, to be honest with you, because I just think there's some beige is, coming around again, and we're going to see that take off a little more. Just wait for it, because gray is very popular. However, and a lot of people like, a mix of gray and white, or gray and other woods, or other, tones or colors, and different color grays, of course, dark and light, and they're all popular. In fact, you can go into a lot of home improvement centers and also find gray cabinetry to go along with their stock lines that they have. And that is something that maybe in the past 5 years or so is becoming on trend, and it will kind of continue. This year's color, of course, well, actually last year's color was green, and green was a very popular color choice, at least the trending color of the year. I think it's funny how every year they change. This year it's some type of purple color. I forget the name of it, but it's a nice purple color. Not something you'd probably paint your cabinets or even your walls for that matter. Not something I would anyway. You very well might, but not me. And so these popular colors change, but the colors you're going to put on your kitchen, you're going to want to like for a long time. And whenever I was dealing with clients and they're asking my opinion, I just make sure I told them, like, make sure you really like it and it's something you know that you can live with for a long time, because you're paying a lot of money for it, whether that's countertop or cabinets or even your wall color. Because changing your wall color isn't difficult, but you just don't want to be doing it all the time. Maybe however often you do that, I don't know. But around here, I like to keep the paint on the wall, and our paint color, you can see behind me, is in every room of the house. We just painted it all one color. All the kids' rooms, everywhere is this one color, and except a bathroom. And so my color choices might not be that credible. However, the internet is a great source for what is popular, and you can find out that all these colors are very popular. In fact, if you look up all these colors that I listed, you will find that they're on the top 10 list of most popular kitchen colors that are out there. And there was a few other ones that were in the mix, like reds and yellows, which we're very few and far between as far as cabinet colors go. So let's talk about what this means. And what do you paint your cabinets, or what do you buy if you're putting in new kitchen? And how do you know if it's going to be something that you love or you like? How do you make that decision? And the answer to that is quite simple, and it's almost like duh. Of course, this is the answer. But there's two ways of looking at this, and I'll tell you about a recent client interaction that I had, and then I'll jump into the comments for a minute. And I see there's a bunch coming in, so I'll say hi. One is that what do you like? And when you're looking at colors, when you're looking through, say, a catalog or online, say the IKEA catalog, or if you're looking on blogs or in the Pinterest or Instagram, if you're looking at kitchens because you want to do a renovation, or you're putting in new cabinets, or it's a new build, what draws your eye? What do you like? I mean, that's the color that you're going to go with. And some people are trying to figure out, well, what's the trendy color? What color should I put in my kitchen? And the real question, or the real answer, is like, what do you love? What is it that you like? And then people ask the next question, well, okay, what if it's not popular in 5 years? Or what if in 5 years I'm going to sell the home? Maybe I shouldn't go with that blue island, or blue cabinets for that matter. Or maybe I shouldn't put green base cabinets and white uppers, because maybe I won't live here forever. And so that's a question that a lot of people have. I find that in the comments a lot, or it comes up in conversation. How do I pick the color when this might not be my forever home? Or, how do I go about that? And it's true, if you're looking for a return on your investment, you probably don't want to have periwinkle cabinets in your home. It's probably not going to help. But here's a situation I ran into recently through client interaction. We're designing their kitchen, and the kitchen had they bought the house, and right now it's a natural stain, natural. I think it's a maple, or maybe a cherry wood, and it's a custom kitchen. It's not an old kitchen, or it's a very nice kitchen. However, it's not laid out very optimally for them, at least the new owners of the home. It may have been great for the previous owners. It may have been exactly what they needed, but for this client, it's not what they want, and they want to change the cabinet. So we're going through the process of changing the cabinets. Well, we're not changing them yet. We're just doing design. So we're going through different design iterations to try to find out what's the best layout. And in the process, they're asking for green base cabinets and white uppers, and butcher block wood style countertop. So I got the pictures of all the different colors and everything, and so we're sending through their green base cabinets and white wall, and it looks nice. It's going to look gorgeous. If you look, you can look it up on Pinterest. They sent me pictures, and just you can see different images of white and green. It looks really nice. It's definitely a country-ish type of look, at least in this setting, in this home. And it's more of that country, farmhouse maybe style kitchen that they're kind of going for. Not that green has to be farmhouse or anything, or white for that matter, but that's kind of the look. And their question was, what if this is not where I'm going to stay? What if we sell the home? What are we going to do? And my thought process was this, which they had never really thought about. But here's the thing. They bought the house, and the kitchen in that house, what they knew right up front, this was not going to stay, that they were going to be getting rid of this kitchen. And so they bought the house anyway because one, the location was what they wanted. It had other buildings on the lot that they wanted. And so here you are with buying this house with a kitchen that you definitely don't like, that you know it's going to cost you money to renovate at some point, and they bought the house anyway. So I said, well, listen, you bought the house with the kitchen that you didn't like, and now you're going to put a kitchen in. So if you do decide to sell this house in the future, well, the people who are coming in to buy this house, I wouldn't worry about if they like your kitchen either. Obviously, the people before you who renovated that kitchen, because it was renovated, they're modern cabinets, and they're nice cabinets, just not laid out well. Obviously, they didn't think about you. They weren't concerned whether or not the future buyer was going to like that kitchen. And so they put in the kitchen that they wanted. Now, my advice to you is put in the kitchen that you want. Amy and I don't know how many houses we've purchased. Three or four houses. I can't remember off the top of my head because one we took back, but there's a few houses that we bought, and all of them needed kitchen renovations. All of them. There wasn't one house that we bought where we said, "Oh, this is beautiful. We're going to keep this kitchen forever." Every house I've ever went into, I want to renovate the kitchen. It's in me to renovate the kitchen, so I can't help it anyway. But it never ever hindered us from purchasing the home that we wanted to purchase. And they were like, I never really thought about that. And my thought is, or my encouragement to them was, make sure that you do this and you're spending this kind of money and you get exactly what you want and that you're going to enjoy, and you're not worrying about what someone else down the road may or may not like, because chances are they're going to purchase the house for many other reasons than just the kitchen. And you talk about return on investment and all that, and that is important if you are flipping a house. If you buy a house to flip it, you want to put in the kitchen that the most people are going to be attracted to, because you want this to be a turnkey type of deal. And so you do all the renovations with that in mind. You keep everything very neutral. You probably would go with white cabinets. You'd probably do everything that's very, on trend, and so that most of the population are going to like. But if you're going to live there for 10 years, just do exactly whatever you want. So if you like sage green or periwinkle blue, or I don't know, there's a few people put in comments of the colors they liked. Gray Wolf, I think, was one of them. Darlene, maybe that was yours. I don't remember. And go with that. Do that color because it's what you like, and you want to make that kitchen yours. That's my best advice for cabinet colors, for countertop choice, for anything that you do in the kitchen. For wall colors, now wall colors can be changed, so it's not that big of a difference. If you are going to sell the house someday, you just slap a new coat of paint on there to make it look, fresh. And that's pretty normal. But most people aren't going to renovate their kitchen, to suit someone else, especially if they're getting ready to sell their home. They're going to they're going to fix it up the best they can. But normally, if you're going to sell your house, you're not taking out your kitchen and investing that money into a kitchen, because you're not going to get that money back. And you might as well put it into your new home that you're going to purchase, that you're probably going to have to put a new kitchen in anyway. So get the color that you like. So whether it is gray or whether it is white or natural wood or whatever it is, the popular kitchen color really isn't. It almost doesn't matter. And so I kind of chuckle when I look at these Google searches and blogs that here's the 43 popular color choices. Well, that really narrows it down for me. 43 popular colors I can choose from. You might as well just throw me into the paint department and just spin me around with to pin the tail on the donkey style. That's about as close as I'm going to get to picking something that's half decent. So 43 colors is too much. Obviously there's people have, and this proves it, some people like black and some people like beige and some people like blue, and probably some people who like green also like blue and also like black. Like there's no definitive one thing. And so pick the color you like. Make sure that if you're putting it on your cabinets, that you're getting something that is for you and not for somebody else. And maybe that's just my way of looking at it. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna jump over the comments because I see a whole bunch, and I'm just gonna have to scroll back up through here and just to say hi. So, um, and 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 yeah, tell me. Yeah, I see a grayish in there. Just as I'm siphoning through. Oh, Eva, you got a flower from Darlene. That's nice. Gammy Tobin says hi. Hi, Mom. Good afternoon, Mark. Let's bring up some comments. We'll chat for a little bit and tell me about what colors you like on your cabinets, and hopefully I can get through a few of these. And if I miss you, I'm sorry. I shouldn't, but if I do or mispronounce your name, my apologies. But Allison, good afternoon. From the IKEA backorder desk. Yeah, you get an apron and go. You should be working there. I tend to gravitate towards lighter, earthy tones. Dark colors are too hard to change. I love the fact that we all just like what we like, and that's what makes the world go round. So that's fine. And if you like it, it should be something that you incorporate into your design style. Hi from Colorado. Hi Shasta. Nice to see you on here tonight. Beige might be boring, but it is inoffensive. It was offensive to some people who didn't like the fact that I put beige on my list. I'll tell you that right now. Not really offensive, but oh no. Oh, no. Getting so frustrated. My wife is seriously considering open shelving. I got a video about that. You know what? Go for it. I'm not against open shelving. It's just a very popular thing to argue about. So it makes a great video topic. But, they have their place in certain circumstances. Go for it. What color are they going to be? That's the real question. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca says green. Jeff's saying black. Darlene likes blue. Was I right about the gray wolf color, Darlene, that I mentioned? Yeah. Bluebell 1920. Hey, from New Jersey. Cool. Thank you for coming on. Nice to see you. Nice. I don't see you, but you see me, but nice for having you on the chat, on the live stream tonight. I really appreciate everyone who shows up. And, we just have a little bit of fun talking back and forth. It's mostly me talking. So, but that's just the way this goes. Hi, Claudia. Nice to have you on here. We chose blue for under the cabinets and grayish white top cabinets. So again, a lot of people, and this is happening for a long, long time, mixing up colors of things. And normally you see a darker color on a base and a lighter color on a wall cabinet. And there's all sorts of different variations you can do. And that's very popular and it looks very nice. I mentioned this before, I've done different tone. I did a 3-tone blue kitchen before. There goes my camera, but that'll come back. Three-tone blue three-tone blue kitchen. And it was quite nice. 3 different shades of blue. They were custom colors and had some gold, brushed gold or brushed brass, I guess, hardware on it. Looked really sharp, really nice. A few years ago, so probably not as trendy today because colors, what's trendy changes so quickly. Aaron says, I'm doing a 2-tone kitchen in a slight off-white and deep green with matte black and gold hardware finishings. There you go. Our Countertop of quartz gray veining with backsplash tiles, white and off gray. Sounds amazing. I like the sound of that. That's the thing. And I'm sure, Aaron, you're doing it not because you read it in a magazine, not because you've seen some, not because you've seen that it's trendy, but that you actually like it. And that's the great thing. Yeah, most paint companies choose green as their colors of the year. Where does this come from? I don't know. Why do they choose green? Good evening, Around the Way Girl Next Door. Great to have you on. All right, here we go. Bluebell 1920. I'm remodeling my kitchen now. I'm using black stained, I can't say any of those names, cabs from IKEA and on the island and pantries. And I had to paint, the other cabinets white because the door design does not come in white. There you go. That's what you have to do sometimes. You just have to figure a way out to do what you need to do. I love that approach because you're not always going to find exactly what you want to find off the shelf. And sometimes you need to make it up as you go. And so I think that's awesome. Matthew's saying maybe my kitchen remodel will need to include a psychologist. I do. Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know, but I hear that a lot. In fact, most I don't know, Matthew, but I hear I've been in this business for a long time. I've seen a lot of couples. I've seen a lot of people arguing over in front of me as they're picking out kitchen colors and door styles and hardware and everything, layout. And I think a marriage counselor should come with every kitchen, or a relationship, counselor of some type. Here it is. That's the color we're looking for. Periwinkle is, yeah, color of the year. So there you go. I knew it was called periwinkle something. I thought it was, and that might just be the. I don't think we're going to see that on a cabinet, Megan. Maybe. What do you think? Do you like it? Hello, friends. Hello. Thanks for joining tonight. Hi, Kelly. Kelly's on. If you haven't yet, do the like and subscribe thing. I'd always appreciate that. Of course, that's what I'm on here for, so that get subscribers. Only if you like the content. If you like the content, please subscribe. If you don't, thanks for watching. It's all good. We're just here to chat about kitchen colors and having fun. I love colors I never grow weary of. The colors that when I see them make me feel comfortable enough to pull up a chair and with a sweet friend, enjoy a cup of coffee. Exactly. And that's why they paint Subway yellow, because it makes you anxious to get out of there. You want to get your sub, eat, and leave, and the next person can come in. So that was what I hear, at least, why they paint Subways yellow, the Subway restaurant, that is. And they say that red helps induce appetite. I don't know if these are true, but apparently it is. Blue is a very calming color, and yeah. So no matter what color, enjoy the company of the person you're with. Have a cup of coffee. That's what Amy and I. That's our favorite activity in the kitchen, is sipping on that coffee. And I don't care what color the walls are. We definitely purchased our house with a kitchen. We didn't like knowing we were going to renovate it. See, that's the thing. You're probably going to renovate the kitchen that you purchase anyway. This house we completely gutted. This was partially gutted anyway when we inherited it, I guess. Oh, and there goes my camera. That's not good. Looks like my camera's gone, folks. Let's switch my camera. Here we go. We're back. Okay, this is my FaceTime camera. We all good? Thumbs up if we're good. I'll scroll way down here. We'll have to do this view for now, and hopefully that's okay. Yeah, this house had a partially renovated kitchen anyway. We tore it all out. We tore the last kitchen out that we were in. The first kitchen, her first house we were in, we tore it out twice and did the kitchen. So normally, when you look at getting a new house, unless it's a new build, you're going to put a kitchen in it anyway. Then you're going to. I gotta stop looking at this camera because I gotta start looking at this camera now. My bad. Hi, Trish. You're late, but that's okay. I have some camera difficulties, and let me get on with the thing here. Claudia says, I hate beige with a passion. Had a kitchen like that. It always looks dirty. I'm not a huge fan of beige, to be honest with you. Just notice that it's definitely becoming more and more popular. And whether that's good or not, I think it'll take time for that color to catch on. But it's definitely one of those safe colors. But I agree, it looks kind of dirty. And when I seen the comment on the community tab about the old monitors, definitely I had a chuckle. It definitely reminds me of those old computer monitors that I remember from like high school typing class. Just a whole row of those old school monitors, just dingy, just getting yellower by the minute. Hi, Kelly. I hope you have with anything I have plastic doors. Well, there you go. And that's the other thing is that who cares what color it is? Sometimes something new is just beautiful anyway. So it's just, I'm interested. When you say, sorry, I'm going to go back here for a sec. You said plastic doors. Do you have what's called thermoplastic or what? Like, are they that old thermoplastic stuff that can peel off? That was very popular. It still is kind of popular. I sold quite a lot of thermoplastic in my life. Hey, there it is. Hi, Darlene. Gray wolf. Yep, and it's a blue. I thought so. I thought I seen your comment. All right, I like idea of two tones, dark wood base, white on top. That is and has been popular. Sorry, I keep looking at that wrong camera. That has been popular for a long time, and it's still very popular. I like it too, actually. I did it in another kitchen of mine. It was a dark island that was wooden, and the rest of the cabinets were white. But it's nice to have that mixture. And I didn't do it in this kitchen. I went all white, basically white countertop. The walls are this, so they're basically white too. Everything's white to me. And we're going to do some tile. That'll probably be white. So I don't know. I'm just not. Amy and I, we like the kitchen to be functional, and the rest of it, it doesn't really matter. I could have all blue cabinets. It wouldn't matter to me. But that's just the way it goes. One thing I like about IKEA cabinets is how easy it is to change the colors in the future. Very true. Buy new doors, stick them on there because everything comes sectional that you can just mix and match. And that is one of the benefits to using IKEA. So I definitely agree with you on that comment. Lyndon, hey, thanks for joining. Hi, Mark. Off-white and maybe dark green on base, or can I do the other way around? Yeah, not as popular, but definitely the darker colors seem to be more weighty. And if I'm talking way out of my league here, just don't worry about it. I'm using words I shouldn't be using, but normally the bottom would be darker, but I don't know. Can you? You can. You definitely can if you want to. Again, if you like the look of it. The benefit I have with what I do is I can design a kitchen and just show my client what that would look like. And seeing it is, and yeah, you can go ahead and look online too and try to find that. But if there's something that it's hard to find or you haven't seen, that's the benefit I find. I can make the colors whatever I want. So if you want a green wall cabinet and a white base, I can do that. And I'm not trying to sell my service here, by the way. I'm just saying what I do. And then seeing that really helps for you to be like, oh no, I don't like that, or hey, that looks really great. I think I want to go with that. So that's the benefit of that from my perspective, from what I do on a daily basis, designing kitchens. And more people are asking for two-tone, but again, I see a lot of people asking for that wooden, natural wood or some kind of wood base and white uppers. And very few people asking for, though I do have a few, but just less people asking for blues or greens and stuff like that. And just interesting. Again, it depends on what you like. Our cabinets are upper white with lower gray, soft yellow wall color. Cool. That sounds nice. That's very popular. Gray on the base is nice. And I like that. Lori saying, sorry, I'm getting through the comments. This is great. Thanks so much, everyone. If you're watching the replay, we're about halfway through. And if you're watching at this point, we're just chatting. I'm going through comments. So what I find is that as we chat and as we ask questions, as we talk, little things come up that are maybe something you never heard of before, or I never even heard of before, because a lot of stuff I don't know. And you get little nuggets in there. So if you're watching this point in time, thank you very much, especially if you're watching the replay. But if you're watching live, thanks for being on here. Make sure you jump in the comments just to say hi and spill your piece about colors, because we all benefit from that. What about lighting? Combination of natural daylight, artificial lighting. How does that affect color choices? That's a question that's very good. That's a very good question. What about lighting? Combination of daylight, artificial lighting. How does it affect color choices? You know what? Someone want to help me out on this one? I mean, I've seen kitchens that have no windows. I've seen, and they're dark cabinets, and just, they have under cabinet lighting and LEDs and whatnot. I've seen cabinets or kitchens with lots of windows. Obviously, the more natural light, I think, the better, no matter what the color is that you're going with. And if you're going with LEDs, I sort of like to lean towards the daylight setting that you can get with those, because that tends to be that sort of seems to look the nicest. However, I don't know. I'm not sure how it should affect your color choices. I'd say if you have no artificial or no natural light coming into your kitchen, you want to keep things on the lighter side. And that's my opinion, and I'm basing that off nothing scientific or interior design specific. I'm just saying that what I would think is that if there's no windows, no natural light, I'd want to go with something lighter, because like white reflects the light better than, say, black. For instance, I'm painting my studio walls, probably going to be a very black color because I don't want any shadows or reflection. And there's no windows in the space. So, on the flip side, in a kitchen, you want to have lighter colors. That's my 2 cents, but someone else can chime in on that. I'd gladly take advice on that as well. But that's what I think. Trending forecast is something fascinating to me. I'm a graphic designer by trade, awesome, but I've done interiors professionally for retail spaces, and definitely have the chance. I don't chase them. Yeah, it's interesting to know what they are. Trend forecasting. How do you know what's going to be popular in the future? And who picks the color? Who picked periwinkle? And who picked this whatever green color was last year that everyone went on about? Who says it's going to be the thing? There's a meeting of the mind somewhere, and they're like, all right, this is going to be the color, so let's go with that. And that's what we see. Trish is saying color is amazing, but your lighting and natural lighting changes the color. So what seems green goes gray or blue or too vibrant. Lots of trial and error. This is true. And whenever going back to that other question, and this reminds me of something I've always used to do in the showroom, was I'd give a client a door and say, go outside with this and have a look, because the lighting outside in natural light is going to change the look of this door than what you're seeing under these fluorescents in this building. So take that outside, have a look at it, or take it home. We did this a lot. Take it home and look at it in your home to see what it looks like. That's really important. So that might be better advice. Trish, thanks for kind of mentioning that. That might be better advice, because the lighting in your home is specific to your home, the way it faces, the windows, whatever you have, the color of your cabinets or your walls or flooring or whatever, and you want to do that. So that's probably good advice right there. See, this is why we do this. Linda's saying nice. Oh, Aaron, okay, so that is what I want to do. We're in different colors. Hard would be weird. So I probably missed out on a chat there. Hey, Rose, thanks for joining us tonight. And hi, everyone. Yes, marriage counselors noted periwinkle. Yeah, well, there you go. And periwinkle might be the cause of the marriage counseling in the first place. I really don't know, but I've seen it so many times. It's so uncomfortable when two people are just arguing, and then they look at you and they're like, what do you think? And I'm like, oh, don't ask me that. You don't ask me that. And in fact, I had a mother and a son arguing, and I sided with the mother in that case. But when it's a couple, like, I'm like, no, I'm not siding with you. You pick your colors. You figure out. I don't want to be involved in that. So yeah, so this goes back to if you have a high percentage of natural light. And I think this is where you need to take those colors into that light source and have a look at it to see what it's going to look like. Because even if it's darker, colors are going to look different in natural light. And you can get away with more in terms of the color choices if you have a lot of natural light. Just because for that reason, when you're dealing with artificial light or LEDs, you get different color LEDs. It can be a different color temperature. And if some are more yellow, some are more or blue, that daylight color. In fact, when you go shopping for light bulbs, you can buy a daylight bulb, or you can buy bulbs that are more that yellowish color, and they do that for a reason. And the reason I do the LEDs, well, I can do any color with an LED, but a lot of time at night people switch to that more of a yellowish color, because it is supposed to help with melanin or stuff like that. Same with your screen. Your screen color can dim. Well, the same thing with your lights. Um, anyway, I'm off topic, but I think it's important to take whatever color you are using and put it in natural light, especially the light in your home. We buckled. Hi. Okay. Thanks for mentioning this. We buckled under the color decision off-white. Well, you can't go wrong with off-white, which I think is a funny color name, by the way. Off-white. Who decided it was off? It's off-white. I think that's a funny one. I don't think there's an off-black or an off-blue, but there's an off-white. Anyway, I spent all day with the paint peoples, James and his green obsession in my half-finished living room. Is that the paint peoples from YouTube, the paint peoples? I like that channel. I think they're in Toronto, if that's who you're talking about. And yeah, well, they have a green obsession. I don't have an obsession with any color because I don't have the right to have it, except for white, I guess. Maybe I have an obsession with that, but and that's just because I'm just not in that world in particular of interior design. I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to get better at it, but it's not my, it's not my thing, as far as it's not what I really know about. And so I don't know what like I was picking black colors today for my room, and black is black to me. And I took them out to the car, and Amy, after I found the car, I took them out to the car, and Amy's like, well, this one's more blue and this one's more brownish and this one's this. And I'm like, they're just all black to me. I don't know. The black and gold looks amazing with dark blue and white, greenish, grayish, cabinets, especially because we try to match to our Calcutta quartzite countertop. That sounds amazing right there. I think any color would look beautiful with that, but the quartzite is so luminous. It's so beautiful. I can see why that would be a good choice with that. Love to see a picture of that as well. Anyone ever wants to send me a picture of their kitchen, people send me pictures all the time, but if anyone wants to send me a picture, it's mark@mtkd.ca. And I would love to see pictures. In fact, I'd love to see some before and after pictures, even if you're in the process of doing that, doing a kitchen renovation. I'd love to see it. Yeah, Pantone one. There we go. Very Perry. I seen that, and it's very Perry. In fact, it looks pretty. It's not for a kitchen, but I mean, they're not talking about kitchens. Yeah, it's very very retro 90. I don't even. I don't. These colors are just so broad. It looks like a nice accent color, but maybe not. Maybe not for me. Yes, fine. Mark, do most people remodel after purchase? Are there stats that designers watch? Remodeling kitchen after purchase. There's no stats that I watch. There's no stats that I know about, but there could be. However, yes, a lot of people renovate kitchens after purchase. So if and what I'm assuming you're saying is you purchase a house, you renovate the kitchen. Most people, the only time I've seen it differently is when someone who's purchased the house is flipping it, but they're doing it so that the person who buys it, they just want to get the sale and make the money back on the house. And so I do see it a lot. I would say a very high percentage of people who purchase homes, in my experience, from the people I dealt with in my demographic, in my community, have renovated their kitchen when they got it. And it might just be the age of homes where I live and how people haven't renovated them. It was their kitchen for so many years, and they move out or they go wherever and sell that house, and they didn't, they painted the walls and left the carpet on the floor. So I mean, they weren't really concerned about any of that stuff. And it's been my experience that most people are renovating after the fact. which is good for me. But it's good for me either way. Either you're going to do it before, or you're going to do it after. That was always good for me in my business because I was in the business of selling cabinets. So I didn't care when I got you. Just if you're coming in, if you're getting a new kitchen, whether it's before or after, it was all good for me. But I did see a lot of it, a lot of renovations. And in 1982, oh, periwinkle bridesmaid dresses. That's awesome. Well, there you go. 1982. That's just funny. Hey, Curtis. Hey, Curtis. Hi from Vancouver. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm glad you could be on here. Um, really cool. People from all over the country and all over the countries. Of course, I'm in Eastern Canada, but a lot of people, a lot of you are from different parts of North America, and I really appreciate you being on and just being part of the live stream. Let's talk about in my current house. I painted the kitchen right away because it was hideous pea green, egg yolk yellow. What's wrong with this? It sounds delicious. And cream. 15 years later, just getting to the full gut remodel. Oh, I don't know why you painted that because that sounds delightful. Pea green, egg yolk yellow, and cream. I feel I'm getting that is beautiful. And that's the easiest thing to do, right? You paint the walls, you're good to go. Easy to change, and if you don't like it in a little bit, you can change it, and that's but when you are selling a house, you probably should if you're selling the house, you probably should paint the walls. But that's what you see, even right there. You bought the house, and this is my point before. You bought this house with those paint colors, and that didn't stop you. And of course, it's only paint, and you go in there with the idea that I'm going to paint these walls anyway. And I go into a house if I'm going to purchase a house, being like, well, I'm going to change this kitchen anyway, and that's just the way it is. I know it's going to happen. There's no kitchen I'm ever happy with, so they're going to change no matter what it is, and that's so it doesn't hinder me from purchasing the house. So it doesn't hinder me from thinking about if I'm going to sell the house, is this kitchen going to be okay? Mark, will you do a backsplash color complexity design video too? So Lyndon, here's what I'm thinking. Yes, I am going to do this. I have never put the backsplash on our kitchen here in the house yet. And we didn't even pick it out. We're trying to decide. We're going through the agonizing task of trying to find the right backsplash. I'm open to ideas. However, I should say Amy's open to ideas, and because it's got to be something that she really likes as well. That we both like, but she really has her eye on some different things, and again, I doesn't really. It could be anything. I'm trying to push some bold colors, but I don't know if it's going to work. So I'm going to do a video on that in the future, talking about our process of picking the color and the tile style, and me installing it because I'm going to do it myself. And hopefully, in that video, just talk about backsplash and all the ins and outs. I think it would make an interesting content, and I need to do my backsplash anyway. And I was kind of thinking of reaching out to some tile companies and saying, hey, you want to spot me for some tile? But I don't know. I'm not even sure how to do that. But if you know, let me know. Mark Monroe. Hey, Mark. I am planning a full kitchen reno, planning off-white. There's that off-white again. White subway tile backsplash. Love white subway tile. What are your recommendations for grout color? White, actually, or that silver gray. But I like white. My last kitchen, white subway with white grout, looked beautiful. I had white cabinets, and I had glossy white countertop. It was beautiful looking. And yes, it didn't look like a hospital because it had a fridge in a range in there. So it was fine. And my suggestion is to go with those colors, the really light silver gray color that you can get, or white grout. The only problem with grout is just, and it doesn't matter what color grout you get. Normally, grout gets dirty, so you got to keep it up to keep it clean. But obviously, that. That's my 2 cents on that. I'm not sure. I believe. Okay, I'm not sure. Ooh, I can tell you. All right, so Kelly, I'm not sure where where I picked up on your conversation. So do you have somebody has a peeling countertop? Kelly, do you have a peeling countertop? It's not peeling. It's probably bubbled. Let me know what's going on. I missed that one. Haze cabinets are pretty. Haze. What color is haze? Is that a beigey color? Let me know. I like it. I like the sound of haze. I saw this awesome steel tool island at Home Depot with a butcher block top, and it screamed, "Make me a real island." Bright red and royal blue. Steel. Oh, like a tool cart. Is that what you're talking about? A tool cart with a butcher block top? Interesting. I think that's what you're talking about. I could be wrong, Rose, but that sounds pretty awesome. I think upper white help with lighting. Yeah, Jeff. So just back to the lighting. White is definitely helps on the uppers because of the reflection of the light. Megan, I really dislike the thought of beige at first, but it's since grown on me. Some of it still looks like 90s beige I grew up with. Me too. But there's some truly, yeah, beige on the market. Like I said, at Home Depot today, there's a whole big section of beige paint swatches. And it didn't take me by surprise, but I was kind of like, wow, that's kind of interesting. It was enough for me to notice that there was a lot of beige. Um, More beige than the blue section or the green section. There was a ton of beige, and so beige is coming back. I would keep an eye out on that beige. 1980s beige, natural wood and black two tone is awesome. It is awesome, actually. I've done a couple jobs recently that had this sort of similar look, and it looks beautiful. I agree. Trying to get to everybody, so hey, if I miss you, and I know, okay, I'm going down the list. So, does two tone work well in smaller kitchens, or does make space look smaller? No, I think keep. You know what? Like I said, I've seen all really dark cabinets in a small space, and it looked nice. But I'd say if you're going to go two tone, keep it on the lighter side. But I just like lighter colors, and I like white, and I like light gray. So yeah, I think it does, and I would go that route. Heavy testing kitchens. Yeah, I think we're still, yeah, we're all recovering. We're all still recovering from those beige colored toilets and tubs that I grew up with, in the 80s. Um, we're still recovering from that. So maybe like my aversion to beige might have something to do with because toilets were that color. But I mean, toilets are white, and I love white cabinets, so that there goes that theory. But yeah, something to think about. Warm light adds yellow. Warm room light adds yellow. Yeah. Um, and so it's another thing to consider the lighting in your kitchen and how it changes the look of your cabinets or your wall colors or your flooring for that matter, or whatever it is you're putting in. The color temperature of that light makes a difference. And the more natural light you have, I think generally the better. And that's why in my last video I mentioned about bigger windows. And I actually had a client right away email me who we were finalizing a kitchen. After they seen that video, they're like, "Can you go back and make my window bigger?" And so we did that because in that video, I said, the biggest mistake I made in this kitchen. And as I think about it, the more and more I think about it, I think, and I know my mom's listening, but hopefully my dad isn't. I could put in a bigger window in this kitchen. It's still possible. Anyway, they asked me to change it right away after seeing that because they wanted more and more natural light. And it's a big kitchen as well. Never go by a chip color. Yeah, it changes in your home. I've learned that the hard way. Yeah, go by a chip color to get an idea, but you want to get some actual paint on that wall. That's why you see in those home and garden shows that people are, you got all the different paint, a swipe of this and a swipe of that and a swipe of the other thing on the wall. And they're like, "Oh, I like this one." To me, like I can't tell by that either. I need to see like basically the whole wall painted before I can decide. However, Yeah, a chip color and the actual color are they're just not the same thing. One's a printed color from a printer on paper, and the other is actual paint that's dried in, in whatever light. Same thing with when I do a design service and I send someone a rendering and it's colored. My screen looks different than your screen, and these are computer generated colors, and they're meant to give you an idea, and they're hard to get exact until you actually see the color. So my another great tip, and thanks for mentioning this, Trish, is to actually go and get that paint, get the paint colors you like, get them dried. And that's why normally in the paint department places, paint stores, they'll take a swab and put it on the paint lid and dry it with a heat gun, so that you can see the actual color. Which is a little funny too, because like a dot of paint, I don't know, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to judge by a dot of paint if it's the right one or not. But anyway, that's what they do. But that's a good point. Lighter colors, not bright space, especially with colors, more body, LVR. Okay, you're just talking way over my head, Megan, but I like the sound of it. LRV around 64. I'm going to agree with you because you sound knowledgeable, and I yes, go with colors with a bit more body. So I'm assuming this has something to do with the tinting and what's put into the paint color. Tell us more. Tell us more. Matthew is saying, when looking at LEDs, stay around 27. It's a bit softer, not as harsh. Yeah, 2700 Kelvin. Interesting. I don't know. I know for my camera, well, that the one it's not working right now for some reason, that let me just see if I can. No, it's gone. Okay. It says 5500 is what, because my lights are set at 5500. Might do some research on that. That's really interesting. 2700 Kelvin is a bit softer. Okay. I like that. Always good to know. Question: if the cabinets and the backsplash are both white and gray quartz top, do you believe it will still be too bright, sterile looking? Okay, so if you caught my comment before, I may have just mentioned my last kitchen was all white, completely white, except for the island. But my cabinets, uppers and lowers, were white top, white backsplash, white grout, the whole bit. Did it look sterile? No. Does it look sterile to some people? Yes, they hate it. Did I love it? Yes. So it really is subjective on that one. I don't think it does. I don't think it looks like a hospital. There were no, there's no IVs hanging around anywhere, and there's I didn't wear a lab coat, so I don't think it looks too sterile. And I think people like to talk about that, but it's just, I don't think it's really true. I don't think it looks sterile. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So no. And thank you from the ice box. Where is the ice box? Tell me where that is. It's -8 here right now, I think, Celsius. That's about 17 degrees Fahrenheit. I believe the color choice follows fashion. I don't have much of that either, so I am not in a good way. But I think you're right. It does follow fashion. That whole artistic world follows each other to some degree, and I think interior design comes in line with that for sure. Jack says hi. Hi, Jack. If you are still watching, I'd like to say you are the coolest 13-year-old I know. Just going to put that out there. So, hi. Jack's my son, by the way. But easier to change wall paint than cabinet paint. Very, very, very much more easier. I'm going to get rid of this comment. Yeah, it's so easy to change wall colors, and it's not as easy to change paint colors on your cabinets. So make sure you pick something that you definitely can live with for a long time. All right. Okay. I don't know. I'll go through these comments. Rose says yes. All right. So Gammy's saying biscuit, LOL. That's because her island is biscuit. And that's what we went with when we did her kitchen. It was a dark stained maple cappuccino color. uppers and lowers, and a biscuit color island. And I'm not going to say anything else about that. We were advised to put some yellowish lighting by the architect. We have a lot of lighting layers because supposedly it makes food look more appetizing. And we'll send. Oh yeah, send me some before and after. That sounds really cool, Claudia. Um, Yellow makes food look more appetizing. Okay. I'm not going to disagree with you for sure because I think that sounds probably legit. It's interesting. Maybe that's like maybe that's why Subway is all yellow. It makes their subs look better. Could be. Adam Ragusa did a video last year about colors and food photography similar. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. There's so many layers to this. This is what I love about. I was looking online yesterday, watching a guy. I can't remember his name. He had like 3 million subscribers, so I'm sure you might have seen him, but I can't remember the name of the channel. But he does cooking, but he's doing organization in the kitchen. Totally different take on kitchens than what I would have, but it was really, really interesting. And I appreciate it because it was coming from like a professional chef, like a cook, and the way they want to operate in a kitchen, and not in a commercial kitchen, but in a residential kitchen. I thought it was really great. If I can find it, maybe I'll link to it somewhere. Time of day, too much, time of day matters. Natural light, I think, is good. Makes I'm board. Yeah, you got to see it in different and look in all light modes to see. Very good point. And again, like it's important to take those colors, different times of day, different lights, find out what it looks like. Because once it's in your home, it's in your home. That's why I like white cabinets. They're going to look great, no matter the lights are on or off. We have not placed a backsplash at either. I have an idea, but I keep doubting myself. Right? The backsplash. I mean, it's grouted on there. It's mortared on there. Rather, it's grouted. It's in there. It's got to be right. And that's why a lot of people go with white Subway because it's less like it has less consequences, I guess. And I mean, I like white Subway, but a lot of people, go with those colors because if you go something really bold, well, I might not like it in 3 months. And so that's, but yeah, tell us what your idea is. I see Trish asking there. Plastic cupboard doors. Kelly, you're saying you get plastic colored doors. Plastic cupboard doors. I'm assuming you mean thermoplastic. Hey, Liz. Yuck beige. Say it ain't so. Can't decide if it's white or brown. It's beige. Yeah. I'm not saying it's so, but I just telling you what I seen at Home Depot, and that just got me a little worried. And it is on one of the trending colors. Now, in saying that, most people like I haven't, and in fact, in all my years of designing kitchens, very few beige kitchens. Like, not even one really stands out to me that was beige. Okay, biscuit is different because it's more of that offish white. But that beigey color, I won't say it so though. All right, let's keep going. Oh, wait, no, I seen the word chevron and it got me thinking here. Okay, chevron design. Yeah, backsplash is very hard. We didn't know, like we don't know if we want herringbone, which I think I guess is similar to chevron, or Subway, or those like circular ones, or those hexagonal tiles. So many choices out there. Which one looks best? You can get the, what size to go with. I mean, I've seen so many, and it is a difficult decision to make. But you got to make it and go with it. Be happy with it. Make sure you love it. Subway tile. I'm going to test out 100% silicone. I think it would hold up better than grout. I don't know. Jeff, really? Have you seen that done before? 100% silicone. So like caulking? Interesting. Because that dries out, right? Doesn't it dry out? It gets kind of it can get kind of cruddy. I don't know. That's very interesting. I think you know why I'm so nervous. Yeah, when I go to Subway. Yeah, well, I guess if you had those colors on your wall, I'd stay away from there too. Bone toilets. There you go. Bone was the word I was looking for. Bone. Hey, I'm not going to poke you with a fork, but yeah, toilets. Anyway, they're not in the kitchen. As a child, we had avocado green. Living room was brown shag carpet. There you go. That sounds comfortable. I've heard a lot of that lately, avocado green. Yeah, that's why you're nervous at Subway, right? All right, where are we at? Mark, thanks for your advice. I usually watch from my TV and I can't comment, but I'm always talking to you and everyone. Glad I can comment. Right. Well, I'm glad you could be here and comment. Glad everyone can be on. We're way over our time limit here tonight. So I'm going to say hello real quick to some more people and then we will we'll get going. But thank you for being on. If you do watch on something you can comment on, please do. And thanks for joining us tonight. This is great. Natasha says hi from the UK. Really cool. It's probably quite late there, so I appreciate you being on and joining the live stream tonight. And I see the ice box. This is Saskatoon. I heard it's pretty cold out there. I know someone out in Edmonton. Someone else who I know says it's minus 30 in some places. Thank you, Trish. Hit the like button for Mark. I appreciate that. If you are watching this, hit the like button and it helps more people see it. Of course, this is a very long video and it's not meant to be, my regular content is shorter and more put together. This is just me chatting and hanging out with you. And the first part of this is, more has to do with something, but for the most part, I just like to chat and talk about kitchens. Sebus, hi. Thanks so much for being on. I love your videos and I am starting my own kitchen remodeling company. Love it. I've been in the trade for years. Question, how much should I charge per box? Assembly and install. I work with RTA cabinets. Why don't you email me, Mark at, what's my email address? Mark at mtkd.ca. Here, let me put it on a banner. Email me and let's chat about it. Because it'd be more than I could really talk about. Not that I can't say that here, but conversation. Let me just put this on the screen. All right. MTKD, email me and we'll start a conversation. I can walk you through a little bit. I don't know everything, but I've been in the business for a long time, so I can give you a little bit of direction and maybe help you along the way. I'd love to do that. And I love to chat with other people in the same position that I am. Because it is hard to know what to charge and what you're worth and all that stuff. So, and I guarantee you there'll be a little bit of trial and error as you go. But yeah, email me. I'd love to talk about that. Biscuit Island sounds delicious. That's because it's biscuit. Better than pea green, egg yolk yellow. Yes, it is. Hey, there's Matthew. Matthew, how cold is it out where you're at? Because I don't know, Matthew, where are you at? I forget. You don't have to say on the chat, by the way. Just tell me how cold it is. It's nice to have you on, man. It's cool that you coming and showing up. 60 degrees in Northern California. Well, it ain't 60 degrees here. I'll tell you that. Well, inside it is a little warmer, 70. No, the heat pump's on 80. Anyway, white porcelain countertops. Oh, oops. What happened? Here we go. White porcelain countertops or white quartz. Okay. Let me just say this. I'll just keep going for a minute. Trish is saying porcelain. I'm going to agree. I like porcelain right now over quartz for a couple reasons, except for its brittleness. So aside from that, 100% porcelain is going to stand up to everything better, except something very heavy dropping on it. But both are going to crack under that circumstance. And so, yes, without porcelain, white porcelain for sure is going to be more stain resistant, more heat resistant, more everything resistant, more UV resistant, more resistant to chemicals and stuff that you're cleaning it with, more resistant to bacteria, more. And even though they're both non-porous, but porcelain is truly like as a sintered stone. It's very consistent. Definitely the way to go, in my opinion. It is more expensive overall because in North America, there's not that many people fabricating it or installing it. So the price gets up, but as people do more of it, the prices will go down. So my vote's with porcelain, unless you're worried about it, like something hitting it hard. Otherwise, yeah. All right, let's keep going. Porcelain, yeah, Matt is saying porcelain. This is a good, thanks, Trish. I asked my son, who's a chef, what he can't live without in a kitchen. He said a bunch of hourly employees. There you go. And probably open shells and pot hooks, I would say. Well, that's good to know. That's interesting. What do you want in your next kitchen design? I want some hourly employees. I'd love to have someone just to cook for us. Thoughts on beveled? Hey, and NK. Thoughts on beveled 3x6 subway tiles in a stacked pattern going for a mid-century modern look? I mean, you know what? I'm not a huge fan of beveled tiles, but that's just because I just like square lines. But it sounds definitely on point to what you're trying to go for. And if you like it, I mean, they're going to look beautiful. I'm just personally not a fan of the bevel tile, but yeah, I like it. So yes, go for it. I think it sounds good. I'm just not a fan. If you hear what I'm saying. All right, so what time is it? I'm going to scroll down. Chevron equals herringbone, yes. What is this, Mark? Please add easy to degrease factor when you do your tile kitchen video. Oh, tile video. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Easy to degrease, easy to clean. And you want flexible. Yeah. Okay, that's that silicone. Interesting. I'll have to check that out more about that silicone. All right. Thank you very much, Darlene, for being on here. You're probably gone now. I missed you, but appreciate it. Everyone, I'm going to have to go as well because we're getting late. And oh, hey, Aaron, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. If you're wondering what a super sticker is or a super chat, there's just a little button on the bottom. There's a little dollar sign, and you can do that, and it helps support the channel. So, Aaron, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. I really appreciate everyone who comes on and supports the channel. 27 degrees? Ooh, that's chilly. Or is that Celsius? If not, that sounds delightful. Where is that? I want to get there. Amy would be there in a heartbeat. Thank you. Well, thank you for your super sticker. Yeah, we're just having fun. 43 in New Jersey, I see there. All right. Okay, thanks everyone. I'm going to take off and go enjoy the rest of my night. Enjoy the rest of your night. New video coming out on Saturday. It's going to be all about, what's it all about? I can never remember, even though I'm in the middle of editing it. It is all about, I think it's mistakes, different kitchen mistakes. No, how to rescue your kitchen from the 80s. That's what this next one's about. I'm sorry. How to rescue your kitchen from the 80s. And Eva, I'm going to end with you. It's cold here. It certainly is, but you can come home now with the dog, and we'll see everybody on the next live stream next Wednesday. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so for anyone who's watching at this point, I really appreciate you. Thanks for being on, and we'll catch you on the next one. And have a great week.